It is all about the bling. It's about making it and it's about keeping it.
People love money.
Oh, and I tell you what, because money gets you so many things. In fact, if you're Beyonce, money gets you a $52,000 Louis Vuitton bag. And if you're Bon Jovi, it gets you a $24 million penthouse in New York. Okay, is that...
I'm not relating.
I know, exactly. That's a whole nother world.
There's no way that people can think those terms.
Okay, but let's just...
$52,000 for a purse.
Okay, but let's just dream. Let's have fun. A wish list. Okay.
Okay, like I won the lottery?
Yes. What would you get right now?
A new house for my wife.
Oh.
She wants one with bigger rooms, but less rooms.
Okay, I think I would get a Jag, and it would be decked.
You've talked about that for a long time.
Well, I know, because I'm never going to be able to get one, so we're wishing right now. So I'm dreaming the Jag, let me tell you.
It's interesting, because everybody has a lot of different things that they want. You know, you want these things. Money's going to get you there. It's going to get you fun, happiness, all kinds of stuff.
And you know what? It gets you fun experiences, too, because I'll tell you what. I grew up getting on an airplane, walking through back to coach, and I walked through first class, and I always thought, oh, it looked kind of fun, but no big deal. I was very happy sitting in coach until the day I got to sit in first class. And then I sat in first class.
She's a first class babe. She wants to ride first class, right?
And I'm like, okay, like, this actually is really cool. Like, there's a lot of perks with first class. I am loving first class.
Would you like some orange juice there?
Okay, but then I had to go back to coach. And I walked through first
Economy,
class,
you know,
like
regular
with this
people.
pout on my face going, oh, I really, really like sitting back there. And it was amazing how unhappy I was. And I used to be happy in coach.
Well, for me, I came from a little bit lower middle-income family, and I remember the first time I took my kids to Disneyland.
Oh, the happiest place
I
on earth.
just figured, oh, I have arrived as a dad because I've done this for my kids, right? And it's all about this power. What the money will get you is you finally get there and you walk through the happiest place on earth. It was a cool thing, right?
Well, and I tell you what, you hit it when you said money is power. Let's talk about how powerful it really is.
Who wears more bling, you or me?
Me.
Oh.
And you see the smile that goes with it.
Oh, yeah. Mark knows about the bling, doesn't he?
Yes, I'm spoiled rotten.
Yes, indeed. And you know what? We're going to talk to you about how to face the bling. Are you a blingite like her, you know, or are you maybe kind of one who can control the bling? Stay with us, because you'll get it all figured out right here on Marriage Uncensored. Bling, bling, the cash register goes ka-ching, ka-ching, and I just want to buy everything. I mean, the bottom line is people want money. They love money. I mean, but does money buy happiness, or does it buy a pain in the, well, you know what I mean.
Well, I tell you what, who better to talk about the bling with than Tim Cestnick, author of 101 Tax Secrets for Canadians, and a man who loves to help you protect your wealth.
Gonna help you.
Welcome, Tim. You know, I'm wondering, guys, what do you think really is the biggest thrill? Do you think it's the fact that you've got the plastic or the cash to lay down, or do you think it's what's in the bag?
I like what's in the bag myself.
Okay,
I mean, it's nice to be able to buy something, but nice to know you can buy something. I like what I bought.
Yeah, but for me, it's the power. I can buy that. Now, if it's for me, then I kind of like what's in the bag. But that's the power of knowing, I can do this.
What's the funnest thing you ever used your power to buy?
I bought a car for my wife on a special birthday.
And what kind was it?
It was a little Miata. Got a spoiler. She's special.
With a giant red ribbon all over the
top.
top.
Yeah, big bull with a big sign on it.
It was
$2
really
love,
cool.
They have a big sign. It was good.
And what about you,
It must
Tim?
be a guy thing, because my favorite thing is a car as well, but it wasn't for my wife, it was for myself, and this is before I got married. It was a sports car, and I play guitar too, so I've bought some guitars in the past that I enjoyed
And
buying.
how fast can you go in your sports car?
Well, I don't own it anymore.
Okay.
I now have kids. I'm careful now, and I don't want to get tickets.
Life sure changes after you get married and have kids.
But it was a lot of fun buying that car.
You know, I've only heard one person in my entire life actually say, I have enough money. I don't need any more. Okay, but most of us are trying to make the money and we're trying to keep it. But we sure make a lot of mistakes, don't we, Tim?
Yeah, well, we view this as being our financial. When you have, the more money you have, the more financially secure you are. That's the impression. But having money also comes with challenges as well. It's not all about just having more, because that doesn't solve your problem.
So what are some of those challenges that you guys and me are all facing?
But it's interesting, the money people have, the more they have, they think it's going to be success, right? It's going to work for me if I have lots of money. But the headaches come with that, right? There's a lot of
I
pressures.
think the headaches come with whether you got little or whether you got a lot.
Yeah, there are challenges either way, and when you have a lot of money, I'm talking significant amounts of money, you have questions about, do people want to become my friends because I have money, or because, or just because they like me as an individual? And those are questions that people with a lot of money struggle with.
Yeah.
Right.
I like the part that says, does money buy happiness? And I'd rather just be a little miserable and rich. You know what I'm saying? Because most of us would say, I'd love to have more money. I mean, what's wrong with money, right? But it messes us up sometimes.
Okay, well, how do we get messed up with our money, though?
Well, I think, first of all, money is a good thing because it's an enabler, right? So it enables you to do certain things, but the question is, are you attached to it? And if you're too attached to your money, then you can never have enough. You almost can never have enough. And the big problem is people who try to keep up with the Joneses, which is a serious problem in our society, end up going into debt because they're spending more than they can really afford to spend.
Right.
That's a big problem.
But you know what? People get into trouble even if they don't have a lot of money. I remember one of my mistakes was I actually was so controlling with the money when we didn't have much. I was a pain. It almost messed our marriage up because when we were first married, Dawn took the bus to work downtown in Calgary, and I knew how much the bus was. Right. I knew exactly how much she needed for her drink at lunch. She took a brown bag lunch, and I gave her just enough for lunch and and the bus ride, and that was all I gave her. And I was thinking, I'm being frugal, I'm being spendthrift here. I was controlling. I was freaking her out. It was brutal.
Okay, you're freaking me out. You didn't give her she couldn't get something to go with her Coke?
No, because she had a brown bag. So she was given like whatever it was. Sometimes I think it was $1.60 is what I gave her.
And where did that come from? Like, how did you get twisted like that?
I grew up in a home where it was very clear. Dad ran the money. Mom just was the support, right? And I just saw him giving out money, and I guess that's how I first saw it. Okay. I don't think it was good. I'm not proud of it.
But does it not cross men's mind that they're making her feel like a child? Like, okay, that's my allowance for the day?
Like I'm being a real child? I think so, maybe.
There's got to be a balance. Yeah, there's a balance between spending too much and living within a budget and not spending anything at all.
What's the biggest mistake you made?
Biggest mistake I've made? Actually, I think the biggest mistake I've made with my money has been since I've been married, and I think the biggest mistake is not talking to my wife about what I want to do with our money or the money that we've been given, that we've been blessed to have. So there's a communication issue when you're married to make sure you agree on what needs to be done.
Okay, do most couples really honestly talk about money with each other?
Not enough.
They fight about money.
They fight about it. They argue about it. There's a lot of stress in the home about it. I remember one of the biggest mistakes we made in our first investment, we were kind of doing
Besides the controlling. Yeah, okay. I'm still tripping on that.
Okay, but for me, it was this idea that we were going to invest something. And it happened to be a time when the market was going down, and so we were kind of following our first investment. Wow, this is so great. And it's going 1,000, 900, 800,
okay, it's just falling quick.
It's going bad. And I'm thinking, well, but you stay in the market long enough, it'll climb and go better. If I'd left that $1,000 in, it'd be like $7,000 now, but I was too immature to realize that.
Yeah, over the long term. Yeah, and of course you have to know when you need professional help too, right?
Totally.
Certain things you can decide on your own, but when it comes to investing your money properly, you might actually want to get professional help.
Oh, yes, and I think when it comes to investment, that is definitely a time to get some professional input. We've all heard the latte lectures. Everybody needs to give up their $5 venti mochas. That is not what it's about. Okay, we work hard for our money. We want to enjoy our money. What is it really about? It's about the choices. And that's what we're going to talk about when we come back. How do you make the right choices? And go to our website. We've got the 5 top ways people waste money, and you might be surprised.